Let's talk toys.
This vid brought to you by GEMR, the coolest place to collect, connect, and talk all things nerdy. And coming up in just a second, I'm going to show you how you can win a $50 gift card courtesy of GEMR. What's up, you guys? ToyShiz here, and I got a really rockin' video for you today. We are totally going to be talking the very best action figures for 2019 so far. We're already through the first 6 months, and that means we get to look and see how this year via action figures is going. And we're going to do things just a little bit differently. Instead of going 10 all the way down to 1, I'm not going to assign a numerical value. I am just going to go through all the figures via the property or the company and just give my very best figures that I have enjoyed so far this year. The ones that I can't put down, the ones that I love the design, the color, the play feature, everything and anything goes as long as it was released as of January this year. But while I got you guys here, I just want to give a shout out to my new friends over at GEMR. GEMR is an app you can download, and it helps you organize and talk all things nerdy. You can create collections right on the go, put all your different action figures, show them off, let the world see them in full detail. I've already set up a bunch myself, including Club Shiz, where you can go ahead and join me and talk all things nerdy at all times. Essentially, it's your bragging rights. You can put everything and anything up. Say you got a Marvel Legends collection, Transformers, Ghostbusters, what have you, and you want to be like, yo, this is my stuff right here. What do you got? But you're probably wondering by now, well, hey, what's my incentive to sign up for such an app? Well, I'm going to tell you, GEMR is running a contest for everyone that signs up using my particular code link. You'll be entered to win a $50 Amazon gift card. That'll buy you some new action figures to show off on GEMR in particular. See what we did there? This is going to be great. I'm really excited. Go ahead and just grab the link. I'll put it right here in the description below or up top. So make sure to sign up. The app is 100% free. Post up all your collections, show them off, talk with fellow nerds, and come meet me at Club Shiz. Let's talk all thing toys. I'll see you on GEMR. Sit back, relax. We're going to take a look at the very best action figures so far of 2019. First up on the list for the top action figures of 2019 so far is Hasbro's brand new Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Lord Zedd. This is a character that has been needing a new figure for quite some time with all the different iterations of Power Rangers over the years, especially from Bandai. One thing we were definitely lacking were the villains. Who do they fight? They can't fight each other. So when you have a shelf full of Power Rangers, it's always better to at least have a villain or two, and Hasbro definitely delivered. From the application of the paints, to the sculpt, to the weapons, accessories, this thing is a work of art. I absolutely love it. You have to grab this figure. Now, with all the recent talk of the upcoming Ghostbusters 3, my Ghostbusters meter has been going off the charts, trying to get every little detail and whatnot that's coming out of the new Ghostbusters franchise and all the news. And oh man, it's going to be an exciting time, I feel like, next year. But this Diamond Select Real Ghostbusters Peter Venkman is just fantastic. From the cartoon, head sculpt to the paint to the proton pack recreation, it's every bit Kenner as it is the real Ghostbusters. I absolutely love it. Egon would definitely be on this list as well, but he was a 2018 figure. So for 2019, we are going to go with Peter Venkman. I absolutely love this figure. If you're a real Ghostbusters fan, or just a Ghostbusters fan in general, and you're looking for a really nice, semi-articulated, there's some issues with the articulation and such, but just the overall aesthetics being that it's Peter Venkman, he's got the smile, the look, everything in between. This is a great real Ghostbusters Peter Venkman, and one that I've been waiting for years. Now, with everything Star Wars recently, I actually debated whether or not to put this on, and I kind of had some trouble going through my recent Star Wars figures, at least for this year, and it's coming up with one that I think encapsulated the fact that this was the best one, and truth be told, the Mud Trooper Han Solo Mimban attire is one of the greatest Star Wars figures that they've put out within the Black Series. From the just overall tone, the look, the paint, this figure is absolutely gorgeous. Essentially two figures in one. You are getting Han Solo in a Mimban Mud Trooper attire, but then you're also getting a Mud Trooper itself, and you can do a bevy of different looks for him. You can pull the mask off, the goggles, just really army build it up if you are into that sort of thing. The gun metal brushings on the actual weapon look fantastic. His cape, everything fits into place. The only negative I would say is that he does sometimes have a hard time standing. It looks expensive. This figure looks expensive, but it's only at the $20 price point. Let's just say for the first 6 months, this Mud Trooper is just something to behold. I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic figure. One for your Star Wars, just one for your collection itself. I highly recommend it. Heading over to the NECA section of the toy aisle, these are some of the best NECA figures that they have ever done. These things are absolute perfection. I love them from the paint to the sculpts. They hit a home run. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there should be a lot more NECA figures on this list, but in terms of the ones that I have been having the most fun with displaying and just generally talking about them with people, the NECA Arcade Chrysalis Alien, the recent Target 2-packs featuring the old cartoon turtles, this one's Shredder and Leonardo, and then of course the Snake Alien from the Kenner Tribute series. Each of them completely wild, completely different from the usual offerings that NECA does with Predator, Alien, and the like. However, these just nail it in every sense of being different, sculpt, something that breathes fresh life into the series. They are amazing. Shredder, if you grew up in the 80s and you had the original Shredder, this is the Shredder that I have wanted for years. He has a cloth cape, he's got his gun, he looks just like he crawled out of the cartoon show, from the articulation to the paint. It is a huge knockout, and like I said, with one more figure that I would like to include for NECA. Of course, I'm referring to the Armored Assassin Predator figure. This thing stands gloriously tall. It is painted meticulously from head to toe. It has an extra head, hands, a giant blade, an armed cannon. You cannot go wrong with this. It is something totally different from the usual Predator offerings. It's a giant armored Predator from the new movie. It's just amazing. Look for my review later this week to really get into the nitty-gritty, but you cannot go wrong with this amazing NECA figure. Now, if you know me, you know I like a good play set, and with what Jax Pacific has been doing with their 2.5-inch Super Mario line has just been amazing and so much fun to me. When I was a little kid, I never had a Nintendo Entertainment System, but I did have a lot of toys, and if I could have had these figures back then with this play set, regardless if it's the Acorn Plains one or the Dungeon Set diorama, you just cannot go wrong. Everything looks fantastic. It's like your own Super Mario Maker in the sense of putting all these little characters that you can get out of the single packages, the multi-packs, every which way. There's store exclusives. It's just a lot of fun to recreate the world of Mario. I particularly like their new Mega Man series based on the Cartoon Network show, specifically the Drill Man. Drill Man is just the overall fun of a toy that you could possibly have. He encompasses his name in every sense of the fashion. 2 working drills, a drill on his head, drills up on his shoulders, a drill on his back. Look for my review on this guy as well, coming soon along with the Mega Man playset. But just in the overall, let's have some fun with some video game characters. I think Jax Pacific absolutely nails it, and you just can't go wrong with these Super Mario figures, or this particular Mega Man figure as well. Now, 2019 has really been an extraordinary year, I think, for the new Transformers lines, both in the sense of the movie line and then, of course, the Siege line that they have been doing. This Starscream from the Transformers Siege War for Cybertron is perfection for me. I typically do not like to transform these Transformers once they're in robot form, but I've had such a blast with his alternate Tetrajet mode. He just looks great, and from head to toe, his decor, his colors, his battle damage, it's just a home run. Same being said for the Transformers Studio Series Optimus Prime from the recent Bumblebee movie. I like to think of this as the utter perfection of what the movie lines and movie figures, movies in general, could have done originally for the Transformers. This is what I wanted to see. Just do a hyper-stylized movie rendering of Optimus Prime. Make him a red and a blue truck. That's all I need to be happy, and I will buy the heck out of an Optimus Prime figure. From the overall sculpt to the color to the articulation, it's a pretty articulated figure. It's a must-have. A lot of the Transformers Siege figures should be on this particular list, but if I'm gonna have to pick a few, these are definitely the top musts that you have to get. Delving into the DC Multiverse, we are treated to two of the best figures that they have literally ever put out. Mattel, unfortunately, will be losing the DC license come the end of the year, but they are still going out on a high note, specifically with this Ninja Batman Collect and Connect figure, and then the most recent Shazam movie with Shazam Captain Marvel. Both of these figures encompass what we have wanted to see for years and years in terms of articulation, especially articulation and overall paint, likeness, the whole 9 yards. Everything is beautifully represented here with the Batman Ninja. Yes, he is a collect and connect figure, meaning you're going to have to buy the entirety of a bunch of figures that a lot of people are up in arms about. Maybe they don't like the character selection. Maybe they only want one particular figure, but to build the collect and connect figure, that is just the way it goes. The paint, the articulation, the overall likeness of the property Batman Ninja, it's fantastic. He looks amazing. Very Elseworlds, very Legends of Batman. So for those of you that didn't care for the actual movie it's based on, and maybe some saying a little bit too little too late, you're completely right. However, this doesn't detract from the fact that it is a glorious Batman figure. On the Shazam side, he is amazing basic figure, one that doesn't require a collect and connect feature. From the articulation to the likeness to the overall aesthetic to the actor, this is a fantastic offering from the DC Multiverse, and it's a shame because I really wish they would have continued going forward with this level of paint articulation and ingenuity. And to close out our video, for the top action figures that are a must-own for 2019, so far we have the Hasbro Marvel Legends Kingpin, and then of course the Professor X in his hover chair, part of the Legendary Riders series. Now for Kingpin, you will need to get several figures to build him. He is the Build-A-Figure for the most recent Spider-Man wave. However, he is a glorious action figure. He is a work of art, a statue almost, but he has the articulation to back it up if you so choose. A cane accessory, and he has an amazing head portrait, two of them in fact. Third, if you count Professor X, which leads us to the X-Man himself. Professor X comes in the Legendary Rider series, comes with a suited body and the hover chair, but it is the overall experience for these Marvel Legends which cements them as the best of the best. You're getting the very best Kingpin and the very best of Professor X, complete with a hover chair, a stand, cerebral unit, his mental telepathy, and then of course an extra head for the Kingpin so that you could actually create the Shadow King. Oddly enough, these two live in a symbiosis of one another. These are the best of the best experience-wise. It is exactly what you need to have the core basis and beyond for each of these characters. 100% knockout. Hasbro absolutely killed it. These are fantastic Marvel Legend figures. So that's going to do it for my look at the top action figures so far for 2019. So many great toys, so many companies bringing their A game. It is amazing to see. One thing I will point out, it seems to be that a lot of the toys that I gravitate towards seem to come from the properties of the 80s and some from the 90s for the most part, but this is what I mean. It's taken this long to get to this point with the creativity, the ingenuity, the craftsmanship, everything that goes into these action figures. We're just now getting the best of the best. Sure, we have our memories of the toys long ago, but these are the epitome of what we have always wanted, and I am so happy to have these. SDCC is just around the corner, and I cannot wait for that. A lot of new reveals going to be coming and more toys for the years to come. It's a never-ending show, but dang, do we love it. Again, thank you to my friends over at GEMR. Be sure to sign up with my code and you will be entered to win a $50 Amazon gift card, which is pretty rad. A lot of toys coming out, and I'm sure that gift card will definitely come in handy. But now that I've gone over my list, of course, I want to know yours. Do you agree? Disagree? Comment below, let me know. Let's talk all things toys. And again, if you didn't see your toy on this list, well, tell me why yours actually deserve to be on there. I don't collect everything, and neither do you, but I know what I likes, and I likes what I sees, and this is the epitome of that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, just remember, this is only 6 months into 2019. Can you imagine what's going to be coming for summer, fall, and winter? My wallet shudders to think about it. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.